Would you look at that? I can add cut sugar beets into this new Göweil baler. How's it going, everybody? Driver53 here, and today we are taking a look at one of the brand new balers from the Göweil DLC, available March 21st, 2023. If you're interested in getting this DLC, I've got some links down in the description. Go ahead and check it out for the individual DLC or for the year 2 season pass. Either one right there. If you're on PC, use those links. You're not going to spend any extra money, and you're going to go to support the channel, help me get to bronze partner level. I would greatly appreciate it. But back to this, you guys can see right here in front of me, I've got 3 new different types of bales. And if we check this one, it's a chaff bale. That one right there is a sugar beet cut. And that one all the way up there is a TMR bale. Now, we do also have a straw. We have a silage bale. We have grass. We have hay. And we have wood chips. Now, some of these you're going to be able to put through this baler right here. This thing's going to unfold like we showed over at the beginning of the video. And you're going to be able to put some of these bulk loose materials into that, and it's going to make bales for you. And then some of them, it's going to wrap. So let's go take a look at the baler that we've got over there real quick. So this bad boy right here is pretty awesome. This is the Göweil Vario Master. This is going to be able to produce 125 or 150 centimeter bales for you. You got some customization with this one here. We've got some different wrap color, and we've also added the silage additive tank right here to this one. Once I'm inside my tractor, all I have to do is hold down my L1 and hit X, and that's going to fully unfold this entire piece of equipment here. You can see the sides are going to come up, and the netting and everything is going to come out. This big area right here is going to unfold, and it's going to be perfectly in position for our truck right here to dump into. So what's going to happen? Product's going to go in here, going to go up this conveyor belt. It's going to go around in here, and then it's going to get wrapped right here. Now, one really interesting thing is I'm not inside the vehicle at all, and you can see that my help menu is showing what is going to be happening here with this baler. It's really, really awesome. So you can also see that with this DLC, you are going to get a bale counter, but that's not over here. Let's go ahead and take a look here inside this. I can go ahead and dump all of this product into this baler right here. So as you can see, it's filling up. If I come back over here, you can see that I've got 20,000 liters of product now. So I can stand right here, press my L1, and actually turn on the baler by hitting square. So it's going to go. You can see that we're getting a bale that is starting to be processed right there inside. Now, if I want to change my size, I hold R1, press down on my right analog stick, and it'll make me a 125 liter bale. Now, the really interesting thing, watch this. It's going to wrap it. Yep. A cut sugar beet bale is going to get wrapped. Now, the question is this going to make silage? Well, what I can do is walk up to it right here. I do not have anything that shows a status of fermenting. So, cut sugar beets, not going to make silage. So I've got 3 different bales sitting right here. The first one is cut sugar beets. You can see it's not going to ferment. It's going to stay cut sugar beet its entire life. The next one right here, TMR. Yep, that is another item that you could put over there in that baler. It's not going to make silage either because it already has silage in it. And the last one right here, chaff. Absolutely, it is going to ferment for you. So these are the 3 new types of bales that you're going to be able to get out of that baler right there. Now, obviously, it's going to do grass, hay, and straw as well. But these are the 3 new ones that we're going to be able to get a bale made over in that baler. And your chaff's the only one that you're going to be able to turn into silage. And I've got this back over here. You guys may or may not know about these, but these are the new storage facilities that are available here in base game. You do not need the DLC to have these right here, but if you can see back there, I've got a bunch of different types of bales. All right, so I'm going to go really close right here, and there's a ton. I've got grass bales, I've got wood chips, I've got hay, chaff, straw, I've got cut sugar beets, I've got silage and TMR all back there. So every bale that I've showed you so far, it all fits. Everything that is a bale absolutely fits in here, guys. This is a pretty cool baler and all. I'm really excited to have it in the game, but I wonder, is there a way to make this more automated? Hey, check that out. I just got another bale. How's it going, everybody? Driver53 here, and today I'm going to show you a really awesome way to be able to automate how you can fill up one of these containers or the new storage buildings right here that we have in Farming Simulator 22. As you can see, I've got 40 bales down here in the bottom right hand corner, and they're all chaff right now. Well, they're wrapped chaff, which is going to turn to silage here very soon. And how am I doing it? Well, I've got the brand new Göweil Vario Master, the V140, right here in front of me. Guys, this is part of the DLC that's going to be released on March 21st, 2023. And as you can see, it's taking my product out of this container right here, taking it up the conveyor for me, putting it into a bale. When it comes out, it's going to get wrapped here, and then it's going to kick off the end right here. And I've got the configuration set up with the kicker, and it's putting it right here on this corner, so I don't have a collision. It's going to keep going and going and going as long as I can feed it product. And here you see, boom, right there. Now you may be wondering, well, exactly how am I getting product going in it continuously? Well, it's a pretty awesome feature that, you know, I've got 13,000 liters of product in here still. It's going to get through until it doesn't have any more in it. And then this right here is going to open up, and then it's going to fill this automatically. So you can see right here in my container, I've got, oh, it's doing it right now. It's literally doing it right now. So you could see that once it got a little bit low, it realized, hey, I need a little bit more, and it's going to go ahead and do it. So you can come here and let me hop in this, and you can see that we are part of a continual chain right here. Now, I could do this myself, absolutely, but I don't have to. What I am going to do is I'm going to use my F12, and I'm going to go ahead and fill this thing up with a little bit of chaff right here, 50,000 liters. All right, so we're going to get out now, just so it'll keep doing it, okay? So I've got chaff there, this here, we've got chaff coming into here, and then we're putting chaff bales. You could see right there. So it's just going to automatically do it. And as long as I keep bringing a trailer over here and positioning it right here and starting that unload, it's going to continue this process for as long as I continue to bring product over here. Now, if only there was a way that I could do this without using a tractor. I'm in a little bit of a pickle. You see, I need to make some bales, but I've only got one tractor. Now, if only there was a way that I could have this running without a tractor. Yeah, I know what it is. I could just use one of these. It's a Lizard Art M PTO. Now, this mod is by Vanquish 081, and it is for all platforms. Once you have the mod downloaded and you're ready to put it on your farm, come down to Tools and then to Miscellaneous. You're going to go across until you see this right here. Now, this is only going to cost you $4,500 in its base configuration, and we've got a couple different ones. You can see that it's standard configuration or a methane configuration. The methane is going to give you a little bit more horsepower, 40 horsepower more, but for what we're doing today, I can just use standard. We got some chassis colors. I'm going to go ahead and set this to blue so it matches my awesome Göweil DLC that we are using right here. And the extension, that's going to be if you've got the front methane part on there right now, and the rim color, I'm going to go ahead and set this to yellow. So we're going to go ahead and lease this. And this is all that it is. As you can see, it's got a couple wheels. It's got a connection point right there. But this is where all the magic happens. Right here, this PTO is going to run that machine. So it's pretty simple. All you're going to have to do is connect your PTO to your tractor of choice that you have on your farm. And then I'm going to back up to the baler right here with the connection point where the PTO is going to hook up at. I'm just going to keep backing up to right there until I get the message. Now that I got the help menu up, what I need to do is to actually turn this thing on. So I'm going to hold my R1, press square, just like normal. You can see that it started to move just a little bit. But now all I have to do is unhook this, and it is going to run the baler for me. So you can see the exhaust right there. It's actually working. If I come back over here to this, now I'm going to hold my L1 and I'm going to turn on my baler, which is the square. You can see that right here, it is putting product into the middle. You can see some animation already happening right there. Here in just a second, it is going to go ahead and produce that bale, put it out here for the wrapper to do its job. And we're running it with the PTO. Now, it is going to move around a little bit because the legs on it are not quite as long as the legs are on this one, but it takes up a lot less space, and you don't have to have your tractor over here running the baler. If you've only got one tractor or only a couple and they're doing other things, this is an absolutely fantastic way to be able to do this process right here to be able to keep this running while you can still make money with your tractor. This gives me an idea. Well, would you look at that? It's not really a stationary baler anymore. How's it going, everybody? Driver53 here, and today I'm going to show you how you can take a new Göweil DLC static baler and make it modular. Now, it takes a little bit, and you've got to be patient with it, but if you get this done right, you can absolutely take this thing in the field and make the bales for you, chaff bales, while you're cutting. Instead of having to bring all your product back over to it, you bring it out to the field. And the first thing you're going to need is one of the Vario Master V140s or the LT Master F115. We're going to go and go with the 140 right here. And then what I want to do on the wrapper design, I want to go ahead and make this with bale on in turner. All right, that's going to be very, very important. That's going to be where the bales come out. It's actually going to turn it on its side and drop it down. You're going to want that on this setup here, right here. Foil color doesn't matter. And if you do the silage additive take, it's going to give you an extra yield, so you might as well. The next thing you're going to need is a low loader, and I've been having a lot of luck with the steel drop deck right here by Demco on the design. I'm going to go ahead and leave this without any extension on it. Rim color doesn't matter, so let's go ahead and get one of these too. Next, you're going to want to come over here to dollies, and you're going to want to get one of the Crompies right here. Now, you can get one of the other ones. I'm just going to be using base game equipment here. Tires doesn't matter. Wheel setup does not matter, so get you one of these. Go ahead and get your favorite forage harvester. Now, the one thing you're going to need to keep in mind is you need a lot of horsepower. I'm going to go with the New Holland right here. It's got 775, but if you kind of get into some hills and things like that, you might want to think about jumping up to the big X1180 here because it's got 1156. We're going to stick with the New Holland right here. I'm not going to do anything to it. It's perfect the way it is. To go with that forage harvester, you're going to need a forage header. I'm going to use the 9 meter right here because it's going to make a big enough path for me to make enough room for the other pieces of equipment to kind of hang off the trailer a little bit, like you saw in the beginning of this video. Now, you can go wider if you want to, but you're probably going to have to slow down, and it's going to be a little bit less efficient for you to be able to do that. And I'm going to show you why here in a little bit. Now you've got your equipment. You need to go ahead and put your header on your harvester and go ahead and put this dolly underneath your trailer. Now you are going to be able to hook up this dolly to the back of your harvester right here. And then you've got to get the baler on here. Let me show you a trick. And that's going to be to use the modular ramps and platforms pack. Now this is by Matzenbrot, and it's available for all platforms on the Mod Hub. So how you find it, you come down here into tools under your buildings, and then you come across until you find these different pieces right here. The two that I've already got in front of you are the concrete platform right here. Now if it says that it overlaps with another object, well, all you have to do is just hit your triangle and it's going to let you place it anywhere you want to. But I don't want that one. I've already got two of those. I want one of these ramps. Now the little bitty one right here, it's really too steep of an incline to be able to get this up there properly, and so is your medium ramp. So I'm going with a large concrete ramp right here, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and just spin this thing around until it's right at the right angle that I need. Now it's a little bit tricky sometimes, right? So what I want to do is go ahead and hit my triangle button again, and right in there looks really, really good. And as you can see, it lined up really, really well. I don't have any sort of edge or anything like that. And I've got this nice edge right here that I'm going to be able to drive along with my equipment. So I'm going to get as close as I can here to this ramp. My trailer, I'm going to get it as close as I can as well. I'm going to come all the way down here till right about there. Now this next part, it's tricky and it's going to take some time to maybe get it positioned in the right spot. But what you want to do is go ahead and back this all the way up onto this platform, and then you're going to back it over onto the trailer. Now it's not going to seem like it's like in the right spot, right? But you kind of want it so that whenever you unfold that area down there, it's going to go up on top of that platform. So I'm a little bit too far back right now. So I'm going to redo this, go a little bit more this way. And yeah, I mean, it's getting closer, right? So it just takes a little bit to get it on here in the right spot. And I'm going to show you exactly what it's supposed to look like once we are good here. So I've repositioned it a couple different times, and this is the look that you want right here. These bales are definitely hanging over the edge all the way right here, and your tires here, you know, they're all the way here on this side, and this is hanging over pretty good, but it's not gonna connect or hit right there. That's the way you want this to look. And the last item to make this work the way that it needs to is go down to miscellaneous and then go over to your art MPTO. It's only going to cost you $4,500. We're going to go and get this just as it is right now. And this has got 405 horsepower. It's more than enough to power your baler. And what you're going to do is go ahead and back this up until it's right up here on your platform as well. Hook it right here with your baler. So you're good there. All right, perfect. Now go ahead and make sure you're on the generator right here, and you want to go ahead and turn it on. All right, so start engine, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and just disconnect, because now it is running and I've got enough power that I'm going to be able to power this piece of equipment right here. So next thing, I'm going to go right here on this side, hit my L1, and I'm actually going to turn on the baler right now. Let's hop into the harvester here and go ahead and lock everything down in place. I'm going to hold my R1 and hit my R3, and now everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. Another thing I want to do is go ahead and fold up my ramps here on the low loader. It might contact a little bit, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Now I'm ready to go out into the field. So you can see that as soon as I drop off this, we are good to go here. All right. So everything back there is now running, okay? And it's not showing anything in my symbols up at the top because it's not actually connected to this. It's its own operating unit on top of this unit. So what I want to do is go ahead and unfold, and I'm going to get lined up right here on the edge of this corn field right here. And we're going to go ahead and start putting product into the hopper area here of the baler. So you can see that I'm turned on. Let's go ahead and get the harvester going now. And as I start to pull forward, you are going to see that this thing is going to go ahead and start to fill up, and it's going to go ahead and start making bales. Now, since I'm in proximity and I'm actually the first piece of equipment in the chain of the baler now, because I'm feeding into it, it's going to show me what's happening with my bales. Now, this is the part that is going to be a little bit tricky, and you might have a few times where you kind of have to move this thing around a little bit. But as you can see right now, we're making a bale. All right, we got white wrapping on it. Now it should continue to roll over the edge here and then get dropped down. So there we go. Perfect. So I got this in the absolute perfect position. And there we go. And that is how easy, I say easy because, you know, once you get this thing set up, it is truly easy. And you can see that we really do need that whole width. That way we're not knocking down anything, you know, you're not running over your corn or anything like that. This baler setup does take quite a bit of space to be able to do, but I found that if I don't want to have to continually run everything back and forth, if I'm playing single player and I don't want to keep running that truck back and forth, I can just do this right here. You know, if you like the multiplayer aspect of the gaming, I definitely, you know, think that you should try to bale it statically over at your bale storage place. But if you're playing solo, this might be the way for you because it's going to eliminate a lot of trips. Now you're still going to have to come back by and pick them up. But I mean, auto baler or the other baler that you've got with the 24 bales or whatever you get to be able to collect these, it's going to be a lot less trips for you, a lot less headache. And you might be wondering, well, does this work with a worker? Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and hire a worker right now. They're going to go ahead and do their thing. All right, now I'm not in control at all. I'm going to go and zoom in here so you can see this is not me. That's not my character. All right. As we get to the end here, I want you to watch and see what's going to happen. It's not always a great turnaround here for the worker because they're used to just being able to flip right around, right? And as you can see, it doesn't quite do that. You've got to make a little bit wider arc with this thing. So we're going to go ahead and actually fold up the header here so I can actually get this worker out of the jam that they're in. Yeah, I wouldn't use a worker unless you're going in a perfectly straight line. Don't use a worker. Just do it yourself, and you'll be fine. Now, I do have a worker in here right now because I want to show you what's going to happen whenever we get this hopper area full right here. All right, so I'm coming up on 25,000 liters. It's going to go ahead and start making me a bale, so it's going to stay about even. All right, but as soon as that bale is done being made, then this hopper is going to keep filling up and filling up and filling up. And whenever it gets completely full, then what's going to happen is the whole machine is actually going to slow down. So you can see now we've made it up to about 34,000, 35,000. It's going to go ahead and start making another bale. So here on this next round, it should get to the point where it says I'm full, and it's going to go ahead and actually slow down or stop the machine from moving any farther. Your worker is going to be smart enough to realize that here, yes, right here. You see that? That's not me. The worker is in there, and we're at 40,000 liters. So as soon as this next bale starts being made, it's going to start moving again, just like that. So if you want to put this thing on some long runs, go for it. If you're doing it yourself, be very, very careful, because a chopper is just going to keep chopping, and it's not actually going to put any of that product back into that hopper because you don't have capacity for it. I'm going to show you what's going to happen if you don't have enough room underneath your bale drop right here to be able to put down a bale. So it's going to go ahead and wrap, and then it should move, try to move back, but it's not going to be able to. And yeah, if I get out and I move back here, I'm going to get this message, right? If I come around right here, the drop area is blocked by another object, and that's because my other bale's right there. Well, if I hop back into my vehicle right here and I just pull forward a little bit more, watch that, boom. Now it's going to go ahead and drop, no problem. You know, it's a little bit of a difficult task to get that baler up on there, but once you do, man, this is such a great way to be able to play single player. And I wonder if there's any more single player hacks out here for this DLC. How's it going, everybody? Driver53 here, and today I need to give a special shout out to 4B Gaming. He contacted me and said, Driver, I think you can make a better video than I just made. Now, man, I don't know if I can do that, but let's give it a go here, and thank you very much for the tip. What we're going to be doing here today is go ahead and taking a look at these brand new stationary balers. Now, I've been making a ton of videos on these things, but I really like all the new things that you can do with this and the ways that it's expanding your game. And what I want to show here today is how you can get extra silage by using a silage additive tank right here. Now, I've got the other one over here that does not have one at all, and it's a pretty cheap option to put on these things, and I believe we're going to get quite a bit more silage. Now, the way that it's going to work is I've got to mow this field out here with grass multiple times, and the first time what I'm going to do is, well, let me just go ahead and show you. And for this test, I'm going to be mowing this field 3 different times. The first time, we are going to use a baler right here behind the mower. Now, this does not have a silage additive tank on it at all, and this is just going to be our control. This is how much silage we're going to be able to make. Now, I know it's going to be like chaff bales, but that it's going to ferment into silage, right? So that's the way these are going to work. And we don't have a silage additive tank on this one at all. So this is going to be our control. And then I'm going to come back with a couple collecting wagons, and both of these actually have the silage additive tank on them. By having the silage additive tank on this, we're going to get a boost on here as well. And the reason I need 2 of these is because I have 2 different setups here. Now, this is going to be the LT Master F115. Like I said before, this one does not have the silage additive onto it. So we're going to get the bonus coming out of the collecting wagon, but this one is not going to give us a bonus. And then this one over here is the exact same one, the 115, and it's got the silage additive tank on it. And what that's going to allow us to do is be able to get an additional bonus here. So I'm showing you 2 different ways in this video on how you're going to be able to get the bonus. And if you stack them on top of each other, oh my goodness. Let's go and get started here on the first test. I'm going to go ahead and hire a worker and let them take care of it for me. As you can see, everything is going to be going right there into the baler. We are going to get a bale. It's going to wrap it. It's going to kick it over here on its side. I'm going to come back with a tractor and a flatbed and pick them up. Now, I am missing a little bit here, but I will come back manually and pick all of that up. It's going to be a lot easier if the worker does it for me and then I come back and grab what's left. So I'll show you that the entire field is clean here at the end, and we'll get our total on the bales. For those of you that don't have the Göweil DLC yet and you're a PC player, definitely check out the links down below in the description. I've got some that are going to take you there to the Giants website. You're going to be able to purchase the DLC there. It's only going to be $9.99 right now. And by using those links, you're going to help support the channel to help me get to bronze partner level, guys. That way I can get early access, again, continual for all of these future DLCs. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, back to the test. And for those of you wondering, yes, this field is at 100% fertilized. You can see our yield bonus is also at 100%. I got the entire field cleared up, and as you can see, I've got 22 bales sitting over there. Also, I can turn on my help menu here, and you can see down at the bottom, it shows 22 bales. Now, this is going to be consistent amongst all the different balers. I can turn that on and see exactly how many we make. I can also see that I have leftover 2,966 liters. All right, that's our baseline. Let's go set up the next test. Now for the next two parts of this test, what I need to do is go ahead and collect all the grass that we mow and put it into here. Now we do have the silage additive tank on both of these, so we are going to see a little bit of an increase in the yield, but we're not going to know exactly how much that is until we get over and bale them. Once we bale all of this up, all the bales are going to be the same size. Once we get it baled, then we'll know the difference in the bales to see how much free silage we're going to be able to make here by just having it only on the collector here and not on the baler too. I got both trailers filled up with almost 84,000 liters of product. You can see that we're off by like 2 liters here. I'm not going to consider that an error. It's just the way that the game is. So what I need to do now is go ahead and start loading in. Now, this one here with the silage additive tank is going to be making the blue wrapped bales, and the one without the silage additive tank is going to be making the white bales. So let's go ahead and get started here on this one. I'm just going to go ahead and dump the product in. It's going to go ahead and get going. And this one right here too, we're going to go ahead and just dump it in. It's automatically going to go ahead and keep this full as long as I keep that vehicle running and this right here. So as you can see, we are making bales right here, and we're going to be making 3,500 liter bales. So that is going to be very consistent with the ones that we already have over here. When I show you one of these right here, you can see they are 3,500 liter bales as well. You know, this would be a whole lot easier if I was in multiplayer right now. And that's where our sponsor for today's video comes in, G-Portal. They host premium game servers for Farming Simulator 22. Doesn't matter if you're on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, or Mac, everybody can play together all at the exact same time on the same map. I recently became a partner with G-Portal, but have been using their servers for over a year for our public and members servers. I do have a discount code driver53 at checkout using the link below. Make sure you use that to get an additional 10% off your server. For Farming Simulator 22, they offer multiple server options with the 30-day 6 slot being the top seller right here. I like create your own configuration, and here's why. Because in this one, you can configure it to any way you like and really start to see your savings stack up. So say you want a 12 slot server. I'm going to go and do that right now. And I don't want this for just 30 days. I want to play on this for quite a while. So let's go 90 days. Well, look at that. You're going to get a 10% discount. 180 days, 15%. 365 days, you're going to get a 20% discount. And that's on top of the 10% that you're already going to get by using my code. You can also select which city you want the server to be in. I would choose the one that's closest to you and your friends or your crew. That way, you're going to have a lot less ping and a lot less lag here while you're playing. Another thing that you want to do really quick is you want to make sure that you select this 25 gigabytes of mod space. I know it costs a little bit, but you're going to want this because if you've got a lot of mods you want to use or some really awesome maps, you're going to need that. A map can take up about half of the mod space, and then you only have just a little bit of an area to add some mods. So if you like mods, definitely select this right here. Once you get everything the way you like it, hit the continue button here. It's going to take you to the payment screen. You're going to complete the transaction, and then you're ready to start setting up your server. And for those of you that like to play other games as well, G-Portal does have other servers that you can rent. for games such as Ark or Minecraft or even Wreckfest. Thank you again, G-Portal, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's go ahead and jump here into the results. So just to recap really quickly, we had 22 bales over here on this trailer, plus an additional 2966. That's a total of 79,966 liters. Now, if we come over here to this wrapper that does not have the silage additive included in it, you can see that we made 23 bales, plus we had 3467 left over. That's a total of 83,967. That's going to be 5% more just by running it through this right here. So this silage additive on this tank right here gave us an additional 5%. We did not have one here at all. And I'm sure you're all wondering exactly how much more did we get here on this wrapper? Well, we got a total of 25 bales and we had left over 663 liters. That gives us a total of 88,163 total liters here. So by having the silage additive tank here on the baler and on our collector here, we got that additional 10%. It absolutely makes sense to spend just a little bit of money right here, get your silage additive tanks, and go ahead and get that free silage, guys.